Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has made a move that is sure to upset Donald Trump. We'll wait and see what his reaction is to this. But apparently, DeSantis has threatened to veto legislation that was proposed in his state to essentially provide up to $5 million to Trump's legal cases to help fund his defense. I'm not kidding. So before we get to DeSantis's statement on all of this, let's talk a little bit about the proposal. It's being proposed by Florida State Senator Ileana Garcia, a Miami Republican who of course has endorsed Donald Trump. Now her bill would allow for the state of Florida to hand over up to $5 million to Trump for his legal bills. And as we know, he has been indicted in 4 separate cases. The legislation has already won the endorsement of Jimmy Patronis, who is the state's Republican chief financial officer and who for months has been publicly calling for taxpayers to pay to defend Trump from criminal charges. Now, in a statement, Garcia, who represents Miami-Dade, had argued, quote, having a Floridian in the White House is good for our state, and anything we can do to support Florida presidential candidates like President Trump will not only benefit our state, but our nation. She didn't really elaborate on how that would work logically, but nonetheless, she just really loves Trump and wanted to literally take taxpayer money from her state and funnel it over to Trump's legal defense. Now, DeSantis shockingly wasn't buying it, okay? And after Politico reported on the proposal, DeSantis responded by saying the following. Let's take a look. The Politico headline says some Florida Republicans want taxpayers to pay Trump's legal bills. DeSantis says, but not the Florida Republican who wields the veto pen.
Yeah.
So after that, some changes were made to the proposal. I'll get to that in a moment, but Cenk, thoughts?
All right, so number one, this is crazy. Like, so remember, she's not only saying the taxpayers, including the poor, the middle class, etc., should be paying the legal bills of a politician, already crazy, but also paying the legal bills of a guy who claims to be a billionaire, okay? And also on criminal matters. So what other criminals does she want the Florida taxpayers to fund? Is there any murderers or rapists in Florida you'd like to pay for the defense of? It's insane. It's insane at every level.
Just one specific alleged rapist and noted sexual abuser.
By the way, I mean, convicted in civil trial on sexual assault and rape of E. Jean Carroll.
Sexual abuse, let's be specific, yeah.
Yes, and people call it rape or not, depending on how you interpret that decision. But either way, definitely sexual abuse, right? So she's like, yeah. The average guy in Florida, you're working mowing lawns, you're a truck driver or whatever. I want to take money out of your pocket and give it to a billionaire criminal.
It's so crazy. I mean, what an insane proposal. But look, I mean, apparently when you have a strong negative reaction to something, people listen. And clearly, DeSantis made a threat. I'm gonna veto this, so don't even think about it. And about 2 hours later, she withdraws the bill.
Yeah, and remember, the Republicans are supposed to be conservatives that want limited government.
Right.
What part of small government is we tax people to pay the legal bills of a guy who's being tried in criminal cases? Even if you don't think he's a criminal and he's pure as the driven snow, that's not a thing for limited government to do. I've never even heard of it. It's such a giant overreach by the government. And yes, I mean, look, I hate to say it, but Joe Biden could learn a thing or two. Ron DeSantis says, I'm gonna veto it, don't bother. They withdraw it right away. Joe Biden's always like, no bother, I won't do anything. I'm so weak, I'm pathetic. I'd never veto anything. I mean, unless you're trying to help the average American, and in which case, filibuster, that I don't need to veto. Joe Manchin, I don't need to veto. Kristen Sinema, come on, man.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. We also love it if you hit the join button below because that makes you a member, and members allow us to be independent, honest. We can be as progressive as we want, no corporate media influence, and that's all because of you guys. We love doing the show with our members. Hit the join button, become one of the Young Turks.